I have some data which actually answers that question. Now, it is impossible to answer, but if hypothetically the question was asked that what would BJP's vote share look like had Prime Minister Modi not been on the ticket? Now, the only one empirical, everybody has an opinion on that, the only one empirical reference point we have is this. From the post-poll study, 8% of the overall respondents said they voted the way they did because of Prime Minister Modi. Take that 8 away out of the BJP's 40% estimated vote share, it immediately comes down to 32. 15% of the overall respondents said they voted for development, 14% said they voted for the party loyalists, that they're party loyalists, 11% voted for change, 10% for good work by the government, and 6% because of the fact that they got government schemes. 8% of all voters who voted the way they did in our sample said they voted because of PM Modi. And when I look at BJP NDA voters, 18% of all those who voted for the BJP NDA said they voted the way they did because of Prime Minister Modi. 1 in 5 NDA votes was because of PM Modi.
But that is, think about it, even if it comes from 40 to 32, the nearest rival is sitting at 20.
No,
so BJP is still...
No, it doesn't evaporate. That 8% votes go to the Congress. That's the moot point.
Second, there may be another leader coming who might also have, if not 8%, a 4% or 5%.
So that doesn't evaporate in thin air. But that 8% reduction you are saying doesn't go away.
All the listing that you showed did not mention, as Nilanjan put it, the unstated desire in society.
For us to.
There was always a sense in, in the country after independence.
Did it mention the temple?
This is our country. And, we gave them, this is our and their, we have
whether you agree with it or not.
I mean, I keep, the first time I met Mr. Modi in 1990, during the Rath Yatra. Look at what happened between 90 and 92. Rath Yatra takes place. Next year, liberalization takes place, 91. 92, the mandir is demolished. Mandal politics is taking place at the same time. Mr. Modi, and I call it Moditwa, that's why Rahul, has combined Mandal politics. He's an OBC Prime Minister. He's combined Mandir politics. He's an unapologetic Hindutva leader. And he combines the politics of liberalization and the zeitgeist because he talks of investment, he talks of infrastructure. He brings it all together. Therefore, he is the politician of the post-91 generation.
The one question people will have in their mind is if these post-poll studies are right, what to expect from Modi 3.0? Based on everything you've seen so far from Prime Minister Modi and from brand Modi, Uday Mahurkar, what's your best sense of what to expect from Modi 3.0?
You see, one point which I want to add here is the Modi's biggest strength is advanced planning. He has told me more than once that when I take my first step, I know what will be my 5th step or the 10th step. So that is his biggest, you're talking about Modi appearing, different person at different places because it's all planned. So that is one point. In Modi 3.0, I would expect the schemes to go further, deeper amongst the people. That is one. Secondly, I would expect that, I am echoing the voice of the BJP worker also here, that this whole process of taking Congress leaders inside the BJP, would see some control in future. This is what the average BJP worker thinks. I think so far as use of government agencies is concerned, there would be some control because even workers think that in some cases the agencies have been overused. That is one, because the mandate of 2014 was on 2 counts. One for good governance, another was for restoring lost values in politics. I think that second thing, I think BJP will have to concentrate because after all, then when you want to become a great leader or you want to become a Yug Purush, I think that legacy is very important. As to how have you dealt with when it comes to this, restoring lost values in politics.
No, Sheila Bhatt, I just wanted to ask Sheila Bhatt, for someone who's tracked Modi for so long, you just called him an audacious leader. He's possibly going into his final term, Sheila Bhatt. Can we say that it's good? I don't know. I'm just saying possibly.
Final term? No
I'm
way.
saying possibly.
He doesn't want to it. There is no retirement.
Possibly.
No retirement, madam. No retirement.
Possibly. Anything is possible. Possibly. But do you see him being as audacious? Or maybe change. And I'll give you examples for change.
Just to say, Mr. Modi has said, I'll be there in 2047 to see Viksit Bharat. But go ahead.
Come on.
He'll only be 97 there. Go ahead.
Well, but why I say, will he change? Because Sheila Bhatt, I'll give you an example. Modi is a phenomenon, nobody is denying it. And I'll give you anecdotal examples. When I speak to the people, they talk about development, they talk about his vision, they talk about, taking up India to an international stage, but they also, especially the youth, talk about that he shouldn't be such a polarizing figure. Do you think that will change? Going into the next 5 years.
Can I add something to the previous debate, which is very important? Radip and Rahul, we should have also a debate once that in 2014 and 2019, when Modi swearing in took place, the most important factor about Modi was stability. We somehow just in a passing reference, we talk of stability, but the stability is a very, very important factor in Modi's last 10 years. And I have seen in the villages also that when Modi is there, it is presumed that his government will not fall for anything. There is nobody to compete. You remember our days when we reported in 88, 89, 98, 99, what all happened. So I think we should not, when we talk of, when you were talking about Buffet and Radip was talking of multi-layered identity,
answer Preeti's question. Answer Preeti's question. Will he be a reconciler? Does he want to be that reconciler as well rather than a polarizer?
Okay. And also, everybody, you must have noticed while on the ground that many BJP people said that when they go with the paper for a booth level of verification of voters, they say we take out caste, Dalit or OBC from that to Modi. So there is a one Modi caste in their paper. They say
no. Sheila, I agree. I've been on the ground, and the trust factor with the name Modi is huge. That's what I say, it's immense. So the question that I asked you was...
15,000 to 25,000 voters are Modi voters. So they say that BJP wala says that then we don't worry about the caste issue. We consider them Modi wala. So they will be... So these two things are there that is helping BJP just now. But your question was what's about future of Modi. See, Modi has done from 2002 onwards for Gujaratis till 2014 and from 14 national level as a leader, as a neta, as a person who takes everything head on and who is not shy of his ideology. What he has done is he never allows us to get bored of him. See, boredom factor, he never creeps in between him and his voter. So he keeps changing and he entertains in his way. It is when you put a mic or we go with a note and a pen to any voter, they will not talk to me. They'll say कि Modi hai, Modi को बता देना, Modi ने ये कहा. So we are not counted. And and when the mic is there, they think as if Modi is listening. So I'm saying that so your question was about what next. So I think, I'm sorry, without getting very impressed or overwhelmed or just taking into account 1981 to 2024 Modi, which I'm following and observing, I'm saying that he has studied very well. And I wish all of us should study that in India, what it means to be a cult figure. You know, so Beatles and so many Western world people come here for.
But you're not. But you know, a cult figure represents a cult. The question is, will he be inclusive? That question, Nilanjan, keeps coming up. Will Mr. Modi? Is that a challenge?
Rajdeep, I agree. I'm very much aware of this factor that what is missing in Modi. Haven't again another debate. I can tell you that, but I'm not for cult figure. Personally, I don't believe in any sadhu sant or anything. But what people have picked up from him. So now I think Modi has entered since. I request all people who are interested seriously. to listen to his Mathura speech. In Mathura, he gave a speech just before the election campaign started. And it was all about spiritualism and other things. So I think Modi is undergoing some transformation and some change.
Has he,
and
okay,
there are a lot of speeches.
no, but has he become, just a minute, ma'am. No, just a minute. Has he become Nilanjan from Pradhan Sevak in 2014 to Chowkidar in 2019 to God now? You know, the spiritual figure as it being, you know, that he's larger than life. He's a cult figure.
He is a cult figure. In fact, when Sheila was speaking, the visuals which were running was actually came to my mind. It's a consistent, constant Modi cinema on the run.
A performer.
And this is a performer. He's performing every minute of the last 10 years from 2014. He's every day, he has 6, 7, 8 engagements. Everywhere he's delivering speech.
He doesn't want you to get bored, as she said. He doesn't want you to get bored of him.
And he wants you to always feel that you have not been able to follow him enough. I have possibly written and tracked on him more than anybody, any single journalist has. Quite often I felt that I actually would require 10 of me to be able to keep track of what all he does. It's simply impossible for the job of one person or even a team of journalists to be able to keep track. In contrast, Rahul Gandhi did a good cinema of Rahul Gandhi during the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
But Rahul Gandhi says the same
but then
thing.
what happened?
Rahul Gandhi does the same things that he did in 2019 and 2024.
But what happened? It just stopped after the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Whereas Mr. Modi's,
it's
it
constant.
Never ends.
He's on a treadmill that never...
In January, Pran Pratishtha, he goes on this 11-day tour of India.
Absolutely.
That ends, he goes on somewhere else, he goes abroad. It's just endless. You'll get fatigued and then you suddenly feel, oh my God, this man really has nothing else to do but take care of the country and protect us.
And Rahul, I saw somebody showed me a diary. If in the morning you're speaking to, let's say, a group of your pracharaks or your booth workers, in the afternoon you're meeting some industrialists, evening you're meeting diplomats, in the night you're having some outreach program to a gathering of youth and telling them how to study for the exam. Just think, in one day, you've catered to 4 different constituencies. Now, that requires a whole lot of political skill.
Look at the level of preparation. Each time he'll meet you, his team will give a detailed biography of the person that's being met, and he would know when he met the last time, what the conversation was, because somebody would be taking notes, what was discussed, and if there was an agenda point, he'll know whether something happened on that agenda point or not. That's the level of detailing which goes into every single thing.
But we come back to it. Will he be a reconciler?
Yes.
Rashid Kidwai, will he be a reconciler? Will Muslims embrace Narendra Modi one day or the other?
Rajiv, it takes 2 to tango, but in this third term, I would go against the tide and say that in this third term, we'll see Mr. Modi reaching out in substantial way to Muslims in particular and Muslim women and everybody. So there will be a substantial
not on the way they expect.
Sorry?
Not on the way it is expected.
Not the way the Congress or Samajwadi Party would do.
Yes.
It will be drastically
It will
different.
be on his terms. It will be on his terms.
I'll just tell you something, In 2012, when I was working on the biography of Modi, I had asked him that you say you are the chief minister of 6 crore Gujaratis. Whether you like it or not, 10% of them are Muslims. How do you relate to them? How do you want them to relate to you? He said, I have no problems with them. They can follow their religion in their homes. But when it comes to the public life, हमारे समाज के कुछ आदर्श और महापुरुष हैं, उनको सबको अपनाना पड़ेगा. I asked him very quietly. राम आंदोलन के दौरान श्री राम को भी बोला जाता था कि वो हमारे महापुरुष हैं. बोलते हाँ, उस आंदोलन के समय ये कहा गया था. So that's it.
Okay.
Mohan Bhagwat says every Muslim is also an Indian. But what is his definition of an Indian? Everybody in this country is a Hindu. There can be a Muslim Hindu, there can be a Christian Hindu, there can be a Hindu.
So that
Hindu.
ideological chasm will remain.
That will remain.
That's not
yes,
going to go.
Embrace, yes, but on their terms, not on the terms of others.
Which is a covenant.
Okay, this is where we are out of time. We've had fascinating insights on the India Today Access My India post-poll study. Now it's down to the real numbers. The India Today Election Intelligence Dashboard is all set, ready to go. Rajdeep, what's the song for tonight? Who would be singing what?
I am not singing. I'm going to sleep early because it's a long day coming up there. But there is that song, Raat Baki Hai, Baat Baki Hai. Hona hai jo, ho jane do. So tomorrow is the day when we will decide whether Mr. Modi creates a slice of history, becomes the first Prime Minister since Jawaharlal Nehru to win 3 consecutive elections, or can the opposition pull up a surprise? All the data, all the analysis will start what? 6 a.m. in the morning?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. 6
Okay.
a.m. I'll see you both here.
We will see you both.
Rahul's not even looking at me.
I'm
looking at Rajdeep.
I'm going to do a Modi tomorrow. I'm going to say, look, सुबह उठना है, योगा करना है, सब कुछ करता हूँ.
साधना करनी है.
साधना करनी है. जो भी आपने कहा है, tiredness.
If we need to get up that early, we are lucky. If we can
Surfing करनी
That's
है.
one of his morning activities, surfing.
Surfing TV channels, you mean?
No, internet.
Internet, surfing the internet.
No,
So,
we'll be just lucky if we can get out of bed and find our way to the studio.
no,
right?
we
That's
will
all.
do that. It's a big day tomorrow.